the principal's toupee gets stolen during school. And within minutes, everybody knows, and everybody's joking about it. Dude, Mr. Killman looks so dumb. Kids were whispering in the hallways, even teachers were trying not to laugh. And whenever he walks down the hallway, people pull their phones out to record him. He's humiliated. He's trying to act normal, but he's falling apart like a sad little puppy. And for a second, you almost feel bad for him. But then you remember, yesterday he called you into his office. He thought you were involved in a fight that you weren't involved in. So you're in there, and he's just going in. Now, don't you lie to me. I know you were involved in this. You're a horrible student. I knew the second that you got here, you were gonna cause trouble. And I bet your grades suck, don't they? Let's look them up. You know what? I'm not gonna look them up. I'm just gonna send you home to your horrible mom. You know, she was in my class when I taught here years ago, and she was horrible then too. Get out of here. Pretty brutal. And here's one more thing. You know exactly where the toupee is because you saw the kid that stole it. He secretly hid it behind the trophy case. Nobody else knew. And that kid is definitely not coming forward, so now it's only you. You could grab it, hand it back to him, be the bigger man, and maybe the principal will treat you differently, or you could destroy the toupee and let him be humiliated for the rest of the day. What would you do? It's lunch. One group goes to sit down at their normal spot, but another group's already sitting there. This is our table. We've been sitting here all week. Nobody moves. It's a standoff. That's when somebody from one of the groups says, "Hey guys, why don't we all just share the table?" So they all cram into this one table. Awkward small talk at first. Then somebody from Group A comments, "Yo, aren't you that guy that cried during the fire drill? It was one time, dude. The alarm was loud." Group A starts laughing. Well, Group B fires back. "Well, didn't you fail the easiest history test last semester? At least I didn't pee my pants during prom." Now it's on. Insults are flying. Old drama resurfacing. One kid slaps another guy. Cat. A teacher walks over. "Hey, what's going on here?" Both groups go silent. "Nothing, we're just bonding." "Yeah, sure you are." The teacher walks away. For the rest of the lunch, they sit there silent. But the next day, they both sat at that table again, and instead of insults, they were actually telling stories and laughing. So, I don't know. I think they all became friends. He's the new kid at a new school, and there's a big rally happening in the gym. It's packed. He's trying to find a seat, but he doesn't want to be noticed. He's kind of shy. Well, there's music blasting, the bleachers are shaking, he's trying to sit down. He's walking up the bleachers, and he's like, "All right, just walk fast, be confident, take a seat, it's not that hard." So he starts jogging. Okay. Well, that's when his foot catches something and he falls down. But as he falls, he grabs onto this one kid. Well, that kid grabs onto somebody else. And suddenly it's this full-blown domino effect. Bodies just tumbling down these bleachers. 25 to 30 kids, all just falling, bouncing, rolling down. And it was loud. The sound was unreal. People were screaming. The music stops. Once the falling was done, there's a pile of humans on the floor of the gym. And then the laughter erupts. One by one, people are getting out of the pile until him at the bottom is seen. He started this, and now everybody's laughing at him. For the rest of the year, that kid was known as Bleacher Boy, but it kind of worked out in his favor because people thought it was hilarious. Nobody made fun of him. They just remembered as the day this kid caused the funniest human avalanche ever. This is a super unique school business. So this dude would make end of the year videos, like a video yearbook. And at first, it looked like any end of the year video. Music, selfies, people walking to class, doing finger hearts, but then it would cut to black and the title would pop up. The real yearbook. You see, it turns out this one student had been filming everything all year. Not the school spirit stuff, not the assemblies, not the sports teams. He filmed all the chaos and the shenanigans. The 5-person fight in Spanish class. The time one Hawaiian roll started the biggest food fight in that school's history. Even the teacher's meltdown during second period.
"You guys are the worst class I've ever had. Screw you."
And the edit of the results would be insane. Perfect cuts, super good sound design, transitions, and at the end of the year, he would tell people to report to room 108, which is one of the club rooms. It was after school, and he told people it was $2 to get in. Most people had no clue what this was about, but they paid anyway, and by 3:15, the entire room was packed with people. The lights go off, it's silent. He presses play and the projector goes. The video starts and it's epic. People are laughing, they're cheering, they're losing their minds. It was all the crazy stuff that happened that year in one perfectly edited video. When it was over, somebody said,
"Yo, bro, that was awesome. Run it back."
But he didn't. Instead, he pulled out this Tupperware container that was filled with flash drives. Each flash drive had the file of that video on it, and he sold them for $10 each. Guess what? They sold out, and he made absolute bank. He did this exact same thing for a few years after this, and then he stopped. But seriously, what a genius idea. You gotta respect this kid's hustle. For his grandpa's birthday, this kid wanted to do something special. He wanted to give his grandpa a custom phone case covered with photos of all 9 cousins. So 6 weeks before his grandpa's birthday, he texts all the cousins. So send me a recent picture of yourself so I can include you. Thanks. 2 weeks go by, no response. He reminds them again, but this time he adds a warning. If you don't send one, I'm putting a picture of my dog on there instead. Well, 3 cousins reply with, just grab one off my Instagram. Well, he doesn't. The day before the deadline, he sends out one last text. You have 24 hours or it's the dog. And they still don't say anything. So when Grandpa's party comes and he unwraps the gift, there it is. 9 photos of this dude's dog. Whoa, this is fantastic. He loved it. And these pictures of his grandson's dog, they were awesome. One picture was a dog in a sombrero. The next one, he was wearing a chicken costume. There was one of the dog in a pumpkin patch. Just these really fun, awesome pictures. Well, the cousins are embarrassed, and the cousins' parents are furious. They're like, you did this on purpose. You are petty. But Grandpa, he thinks it's hilarious. Best phone case I've ever had. And that's awesome. So it's this kid's birthday party, and his mom lets her sister, his aunt, make the cake since she's a baker. Well, everyone gathers around and the aunt brings out the cake. Well, the lid comes off and it says, "Happy birthday, Kyle and Jason." Kyle's the birthday kid. Jason isn't. Jason is his aunt's son, his cousin. The mom's like, "Are you serious? Why is your kid's name on my son's cake?" And the aunt shrugs. "It's fine. They can share. They can blow out the candles together." Absolutely not. This is his birthday, not your son's. So what happened was Kyle's cousin Jason was incredibly spoiled, and he couldn't stand to be at another kid's birthday party. He had to make it about him as well. Well, the 2 sisters start arguing in front of the entire party, and everybody is incredibly uncomfortable. It looks like they're about to start throwing hands, when finally Kyle's mom says, "You know what? Take your cake and your spoiled kid and leave my frickin' house." The aunt storms out with the cake, and 10 minutes later, the dad comes in with a cake from Walmart, and the birthday party was saved. But the mom still hasn't talked to her sister since then. For real though, who would think that's okay? When she was in 2nd grade, her older sister got glasses, and instantly she wanted a pair of glasses as well. So she told her parents.
"I can't see the board at school."
So they take her to the eye doctor. He does a test, and she's pretending like she can't see. 2 minutes in, he says, "Yeah, she's lying. She can see fine." But her parents still believed her, and they're like, "No, you better give her some glasses." He writes a prescription, and just like that, a week later, her glasses are ready. At first, she loved them, even though she couldn't really see in them because, well, she lied during that test. But she loved the frames, she loved the attention she was getting, but she kept wearing them for years. And her eyes kept adjusting to the prescription, and the prescription kept getting stronger and stronger. We'll flash forward 10 years, and now every day, she wears a pair of the thickest glasses because she actually can barely see without them now. And she's pretty sure it's because back in 2nd grade, she lied when taking the eye test, and she ruined her eyesight forever. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. This teacher stole a deceased girl's necklace. It was middle school science class. The teacher had them doing some drawings of cells and whatever science stuff, so he had brought out some crayons and colored pencils. Well, he was getting very mad because for the past few days, his students were not putting the class supplies away. And I guess it was really bothering him. But instead of saying something, he told the class, "All right, class, we're doing something different tomorrow. I want you all to bring in something very important to you. Something that you would never want to lose." For what? "Oh, you'll see. It's gonna be lovely." Well, they brought in their stuff. A girl brought in a necklace. It was the other half to the one she was wearing. Well, the one she brought in belonged to her friend who had died in a snowmobile accident the year before. Somebody else brought a family heirloom. One kid brought in his dad's old watch. His dad had passed away 2 years ago. So it was some pretty important stuff to these kids. "Okay, really quick, everybody, hand me your items. Just put them up here on the desk, okay?" He put all the items in a cardboard box and said, "You will get these back when you start respecting my classroom and my supplies, okay?" "What? My dad's watch?" No, mister, I need the necklace back, please." He didn't care at all. All of this over some crayons and colored pencils. The class didn't get their things back for over a week. Some parents had to get involved. That was a very big thing, and he never apologized once. Every school has a mystery. This one had a poopatrator. Okay, I'm sorry, but that's what they call them. Someone was sneaking into the bathrooms and smearing, not tagging, not vandalizing, straight up finger painting on the stalls with poop. There's been another Code Brown. I repeat, there's been another Code Brown. That's literally what they called this. It was a real phrase, a real alert. The janitor would sigh, grab his gloves, and head in. One day, a kid opens the stall, and he freezes. It's art. A whole drawing smeared on the stall door. A sun drawn in the corner. A flower in the middle. A barn with a horse outside of it on the left side. All smeared in human feces. Look, dude, why is it actually good? Like, it was actually impressive. Nobody knew who was doing this, but after weeks of chaos, they caught him, brown-handed. They caught him in the act, mid-sketch. Turns out he did this every time he went number 2. He got expelled after that. And for 2 years after that, to try to avoid copycats, they had people monitoring the bathrooms at all times. All because of one poop Picasso. That's crazy. Where does he get all his money? Oh, he runs a school storage empire. Nice. So this kid finds an extra locker. No name on it, no combination, just unlocked. And he gets an idea. He cleans it out, puts his own lock on it, and he starts a business. $3 a day for private storage. He spreads the word, people start taking him up on this. The first week he makes $15, just from kids storing some random stuff, like a lunch or a hoodie. But he takes that $15 and he flips it. He starts renting lockers from other students. He found kids that never use theirs, and he gives them money. He rents it out from them. And now he's running his storage business out of their lockers as well. It's simple. He pays a small little fee, he charges people for storage, and he keeps the profit. At his peak, he had 3 different lockers in 3 different hallways. Different clients, different time slots. People would store their phones before gym, put their hoodies in there when they were too hot. There was no drama, no theft. Everybody respected the system. He kept a spiral notebook to track who had what in what locker and when. He even offered weekly deals. $10 for 5 days guaranteed. One kid used that to store a bunch of snacks for himself to have throughout the week. But then, one day, 3 kids are hovering by locker 223. A teacher walks by, sees one of them pull out a whole bag of candy and a phone charger. Whose locker is this? Nobody answers. The admin gets involved. They pop the lock. Inside are 3 phones, a hoodie, a bag of Takis, and a pair of Crocs. They start asking around, and eventually his name got brought up and he was called to the office. Were you charging students to use lockers? No, I was offering a service, but what would you know about that? Locker Empire shut down. But in 2 weeks, he made over $100. No losses, no complaints. The only reason it ended was because it got too popular, and that's a good thing. You gotta respect the hustle. Ketchup on Chicken Tender Day is an absolute necessity, and my school has plenty of ketchup packets, especially on Chicken Tender Day. Well, I really needed to make some money to pay for that new Skibbity toilet plushie to add to my collection. Oh yeah. So on Chicken Tender Day, I went into the cafeteria right before lunch, and I took every single ketchup packet and shoved them into my backpack. Then I stood by the ketchup table holding a large ketchup bottle of my own. My plan was in full effect.
Oh my gosh, where's all the ketchup? I can't have my chicken tenders without ketchup.
Yeah, it turns out the school's all out of ketchup today.
Aw, man.
I actually have a full bottle of ketchup right here. I can give you a few squirts.
Oh my god, amazing. Thank you so much.
That'll be $1 for 1 squirt.
$1 per squirt? The school's ketchup's free.
Well, the school doesn't have any ketchup right now, do they?
Fine, I'll take it. There's $1.
Thank you. Hey, it's a dog-eat-dog world. Tell your friends.
All right, who's next?
Today's gonna be a good day. So I had another weird dream last night, and I want to show you something. Every so often when I have a really vivid dream, I want to write them down. And that's because when you write down your dreams every night, it helps you remember them more often. And when you remember your dreams more often, you're more likely to have a lucid dream, which is a dream that you know you are dreaming and you can do whatever you want, which is obviously awesome. So I use this app called Yoru X. I wake up from my dream in the middle of the night, I open up the app, and all you gotta do is press this button. And bingo, there you are. You can write down your dream right there. The coolest part about this is that the app will actually generate an AI image of your dream. It'll also interpret it for you. You can label it if it was a lucid dream or a nightmare, and you can make your dream diary entries public or private if you want. Check out this person's. They had a dream about a sorcery school. They wrote it down, the app interpreted the dream for them, and this is the AI-generated image that the app made for that dream. Download it, write down your dreams for a whole week, and let me know the craziest dream you had. Check it out. Black markets kids ran in their schools. This one is absolutely insane. So this kid in middle school ran a revenge business. He wouldn't hurt anybody at all. That wasn't part of his business. But anything aside from that had a price. He carried a notebook around with suggestions of things he could do for revenge. If somebody wanted to get revenge on a classmate or something, they would come, look at his notebook, see what they can afford, and then hire him to perform that revenge plot. If somebody wanted to get the ultimate revenge, they would pay him for the ultimate package. This is what it is. This kid would get a garbage can, fill it with milk, eggs, meat, and roadkill that he would find on the side of the road. He would then put the lid on it and keep it out in his backyard in the heat until it started to rot. Then he would bring this garbage can to the person that he was hired to get revenge on. He would take the lid off, leave the garbage can against the door, knock on the door, and run away. Now, when someone in the house opened the door to answer it, that garbage can would fall in and spill everything everywhere, causing a rotten, disgusting, smelly mess. He told me he was never caught, he never got in trouble, and he made over $700. This vice principal is the worst. This guy said it was the beginning of his senior year in high school, and he was sitting at lunch with a bunch of his friends. He was drinking a Snapple. Dude, no, that is totally crazy. Doesn't make any sense. No, bro, I'm serious. She's a whole snack. When all of a sudden, his Snapple slipped out of his hands and shattered on the floor. No, it's... Oh, no. Well, the school's new vice principal was in the lunchroom that day. She heard the crash and saw him picking it up, and she freaked out.
You, come with me. No, now, no, you.
What did I do?
You used a glass bottle as a weapon. You were trying to cut someone.
I dropped it. She took him to the principal's office. He was freaking out. It was an accident. She was so mean that he was crying. He was suspended for a week and his parents had to pick him up that day. Well, 2 days later, the vice principal checked the security tapes, and she saw clearly that it was an accident.
We saw the videotape, it was an accident, but you can understand why I would think what I thought, right?
Can I go to class now? Fast forward to the end of the year. It was that high school's graduation. Billy Stevenson. You. Crazy ways parents punish their kids. This guy said that when he was a kid, his mom had this crazy punishment for whenever he talked back to them or used inappropriate language. Hey, I said no Minecraft till you're done with your homework. Homework is dumb, Mom. This is bull. Whenever something like that happened, she would force him to smell the dog's breath. Get your dog? Mom, no.
I said get your dog.
Rufus, come here, buddy. Come here, Rufus. I'm just gonna hold your mouth open for a second, okay? Smell it. Smell it.
What did you eat today, man?
This kid was betrayed by his best friend. So in middle school, this dude started selling snacks. He would go out and buy snacks for pretty cheap and sell them at school for a profit. He did this for a while and he was making pretty decent money, until one day he got caught. But he didn't want to stop the business, so he asked his friend if he could be a salesman for him. Nothing would change. This kid would still go out and buy the product, but his friend would be the one selling it instead. And he would get $30 a week for doing this. He thought $30 a week was totally fine, but apparently his friend wanted more than that. At the end of every day, if there was any product left, his friend would return it to him and give him the money he made that day. After a while, this kid realized that the money wasn't adding up. It was short, and he eventually found out that his friend had been stealing from him. That's when he said, okay, screw you, you're fired, I'm just gonna sell it again myself. If I get caught, oh well. And their friendship was over. They had been friends for years. But this kid couldn't handle the betrayal, so they went their separate ways. My favorite comebacks. Hey Carla, what do you want now, Stacy? No, I'm not gonna be mean, I promise. I heard that you had a crush on Jeremy, and you're gonna ask him to the dance. Yeah, that's true. I'm pretty sure he's gonna say yes too. That is so exciting, I'm so happy for you. Hold on, I have to make a quick phone call. Hello, is this Jeremy? Yeah, hi, this is Stacy from geometry class. Hey, you wanna go to the dance with me? The one on Friday? Oh, you'll have to let me know? Just let me know as soon as you can. He'll say yes to me. Watch. Fine, take him to the dance, Stacy. Once he figures out how dumb you are, he'll ghost you. I am not dumb. Yeah, you are. You stay after school every day to get tutored. That is such a lie. No, it's not. I stayed late last week for musical auditions and I saw you. I took a video. 7 + 7 is 17. Oh my god, no. Black market skits ran in their schools, a subscriber submission. At this person's middle school, the lunchroom never served any sides with any of their meals. So if they were serving hot dogs, it was just a hot dog. Burgers, it was just the burgers. Pizza, just the pizza. Well, the kids at the school thought this was bogus. Every good lunch needs a side. So this guy had a brilliant idea. Every morning before school, he would heat up a bunch of French fries in his air fryer. And I'm talking a lot of French fries. He would then put them in an insulated pack so they stayed warm. And at lunch, he would sell them to other students. It was an immediate hit. Business was, you know what I'm gonna say, booming. On average, he was making $100 a day. This went on for weeks. You can imagine how much money he was making. One day the school found out what he was doing, but they didn't shut it down. They were impressed, so they gave him his own stand to run during lunch, where he would sell the fries that he made. All in all, he had made over $10,000. They got beautiful payback on their neighbor. This family started noticing their packages going missing, so they set up a camera by their doorbell. It wasn't long before they realized that the person stealing their packages was their neighbor, so they had a plan. They saved up a few of their baby's dirty, poopy diapers, and they put them in an Amazon box and sealed it. They left it on their doorstep, and that night, like a moth to a flame, their neighbor came to take it. Watch. But when she realized that it was dirty diapers in the package, she came back. Things you can do in a lucid dream. As we all know, a lucid dream is a dream in which you know you are dreaming, and therefore you can do whatever you want. Well, here are some fun things that I like to do when I'm having a lucid dream. I like to make a door appear right in front of me. Just any old door. I then like to walk through the door and see where my brain takes me. Obviously, I really enjoy flying. It's one of the best things to do. You can also shapeshift in a lucid dream. Turn into any animal, TV character, or person that you want. One thing that a lot of people don't know is you can actually practice skills in a lucid dream. Even sports. This is the craziest thing. Talking to dream characters. Random people that your brain places in your dream. It's said that talking to a dream character is like talking to your subconscious mind. This app has taught countless people how to lucid dream. If you want it, go here and then here to get it. Do you want to learn how to lucid dream? A lucid dream is a dream in which you know you are dreaming and you can do literally whatever you want in this dream. But it's kind of a mysterious thing and it can be kind of difficult. But this app makes it incredibly easy. It's called Yoru X. They have a ton of tools, including a list of lucid dreaming techniques and how to do them. There's also a community of people that post their dreams on the app. They have a sleep tracker. They have their own AI that you can ask literally everything and anything about lucid dreaming and they will tell you. My favorite part is the AI dream image generator. You type in an image that you remember from your dream, and it will generate what that image looks like. For example, in one of my dreams, I was in this big open field, and in the middle of the field was Abraham Lincoln sitting on a chair. So I typed it in, and this is what they showed me. Pretty accurate to what I remember in my dream. Here's what happens when you bully the wrong kid. I'm so angry today, I want to bully somebody so bad. Oh, there's Kyle, my first victim of the day. Hey Kyle, you're such a loser. First off, brush your teeth. You dirty mouth, buck-tooth idiot. Hey, no, your mom's so dumb she washes paper plates. And you're more useless than the water in a ketchup bottle. Caterpillar eyebrows, picture frame, huggin' creep. Hey, don't talk to him like that. Shut up, Stacy. You're like the end piece of a loaf of bread. Everyone touches you, but nobody wants you. If your parents got divorced, would they go back to being brother and sister? I hope everything you've ever loved dies slowly in your arms. This school had the dumbest rule ever. This one high school had a rule where students were not allowed to have facial hair at all, not even stubble. It got to the point where every day, a teacher would walk around the lunchroom with a shaving cream bottle and a razor, doing stubble checks. And if he saw any student with facial hair at all, he would shave it right then and there. You. What? That mustache has gotta go, my friend. But sir, you have a mustache too. Well, I'm a teacher, so it doesn't matter. And you know the rules. Now pucker up, Buttercup. That caterpillar's gotta go. Goodbye, old friend. This went on for years. Well, one day, this teacher accidentally cut someone's lip really bad, and this rule had to change. Hey Kyle, I saw you school supply shopping with your mom last week. That's so lame. At least my mom is still in my life. Where's your mom? Oh, that's right. She left you guys and started a family with the mailman. I swear to God, I don't blame her. Look at you. If your life was a video game, you would be an NPC, bro. Shut up. You know what, dude? You know what? You're the reason aliens won't talk to us. That is not true. No, watch. I bet you money. The day you die, they're gonna be like, oh, nice, dude. He's gone. We can finally go down there. That guy sucked.
Hey boss, Yes, the human they called Chad, he died today. He has a tiger attack. Alright, finally, right? That guy sucked! Alright, bring this ship down to Earth, let's go say hi.
My name is Mike, and today's my first day at a new school. Oh, I forgot to mention I'm a bully, and I plan to be the biggest bully here. Are you a bully? Yeah, are you? Yeah, today's my first day. I'm Mike. Hey, I'm Chad. Nice to meet you, man. So, who's easy pickings around here? I love to bully that guy. How about that dude? That's Kyle. I wouldn't bully him if I were you. It's not worth it. Yeah, right, it's always worth it. I'm gonna bully him right now. Hey, loser. Who are you? I'm Mike. I'm the new bully here, and I'm gonna make your life a living hell. Oh, really? Just like how you make your parents' life a living hell? Oh, I'm sorry, should I say parent? I'm sure your mom doesn't even know who your dad is. Wait, what? You donkey-looking, big-head, hat-wearing fool. I bet you eat cereal with water because your dad never came home with the milk. You suck, man. Well, you suck more. For less. I told you, bro.
I miss my old school.
Here are some crazy things that happened at fast food restaurants. Up first, when this dude was in high school, he worked at a McDonald's inside of a Walmart. Well, there was one Walmart employee that would come in every day to order 2 fish fillet sandwiches with extra tartar sauce. Bruh. Well, on this particular day, the Walmart employee comes in and orders, hey man, yeah, the usual. Hey, you got it, bro. When he got his 2 fish fillets with the extra sauce, he took a bite and decided that there was too much sauce, man. He then threw both of the sandwiches at this kid's face. What the heck, man? The Walmart employee then left and this kid tried to forget about it. Well, a couple of hours later, the Walmart employee was being walked back into the McDonald's by his manager. He has something he wants to say. You have something you want to say, don't you? I'm sorry. Excuse me? I'm sorry for throwing the sandwiches at you. Thank you. We're so sorry, it won't happen again. Okay, yeah, no problem. The Walmart then banned him from ever going into that McDonald's ever again. Up next, this person worked at a popular burger chain. You know how the burger patties sometimes look like this? They're all frozen together with sheets in between them? Well, one day this guy walks in and he sees his coworkers separating these burger patties, but not in a way you would think, or in a way that's very sanitary. They were just bashing them on the grimy floor until they all fell apart. They would then pick them off the floor and put them right on the grill. Bruh. That's disgusting. This girl was being trained to work at a breakfast spot. On this day, she was being trained on how to put the waffle batter inside the waffle maker. As she was watching her manager demonstrate, she saw her manager's Band-Aid fall off right into the waffle batter. Yeah, it's just, you know, you kind of like, your Band-Aid's in the batter. Oh, oops. You pour it right in. She just took her Band-Aid out and still used the batter to make waffles. Again, that's nasty. This one's crazy. This guy was a shift manager at an ice cream spot. One day, he walked into the freezer and he saw 2 of his employees peeing inside the ice cream mix. He was livid. He kicked them out of the ice cream shop and he had to disinfect the entire freezer. When the general manager finally showed up at the store, he thought she would be proud of him, or just as angry as he was. Instead, she said, "You've got to be kidding me. Why would you kick them out? We're short-staffed today. And why would you throw away that perfectly good ice cream mix? Ma'am, they peed in it. The customers don't know that, do they?" Later that day, he quit. Absolutely nuts. This kid is a savage for this. Up until she was around 7 years old, whenever her family went to a restaurant, she would notice the money sitting at the table at the end of the dinner. What is that? Obviously, the cash is what her parents were leaving for the tip, but she didn't know that. So every time they went out to eat, and she saw the money at the end of the dinner as they were walking out, she would take it and shove it in her pocket. When they would get home, she would slip the money back into her mother's purse and not say anything about it. Like I said, this happened for years, and they went out to eat a lot, so that's a lot of tip money. One day when she was 7 years old, she made a comment to her parents. "Mom, Dad, why are you guys always leaving money at restaurants? It happens every single time. I always take it and put it back in your purse, Mom, but still, you guys should try to remember that." Excuse me, what? What? "You owe me a huge thank you." Yo, that's the tip. Sweetie, that's the tip. When did you say you started doing this? I don't know, probably 4 years ago? Oh my god. Now sit down, sweetie, we gotta have a talk.
আপনি যে কি করে আপনি তাতে কোনো কমন সেন্স নেই আমার বাসায় কিছু সবাই দেখে ফেলে
রাত 10টায় আমি ফোন দিব আর একবারের বেশি যদি হয় মামা মালটা তো জোস সরি ভাবি তুই যা তুই পারবি দেখ কিভাবে কই সেটিং মেটিং নাই তো? সেটিং মানে বুঝো না, পেন্টের ইতি। ও তো আমাদের ভাবি হয়, ওই হিসাবে আমাদের বিয়ে হিসাব আপনি।
আচ্ছা দাঁড়া, ওয়েট কর, আমাকে একটু ভাবতে দে। দেখি কি করা যায়। দোস্ত তুই থাক, আমি যাই। আমি থাকবো মানে তুই থাক, তুই থাক দোস্ত।
রক্ত লাগবে রে। রক্ত? আসবো না মানে?
হ্যাঁ তাই তো শুনলাম।
আসবো না, ঠিক আছে, দেখতেছি ব্যাপারটা। যাও।
কি রে, তুই কোচিং এ যাস না কেন?
দোস্ত আমি কোচিং এ কিভাবে যাব বল? এই গুন্ডাটা যে আমাকে ডিস্টার্ব করে, তুই দেখতেই তো পারছস, ডেইলি আমার পিছনে লাগে থাকে।
আমার ভালোবাসার গল্পটা অপূর্ণ রয়ে গেল। গলবে, পাখির মন গলবে, এমন মন্ত্র দেব।
এভাবে রাস্তাঘাটে একটা মেয়েকে উত্তক্ত করে আর নিজের গায়ে রক্ত দিয়ে
যাই শোনো, আমি একটা জিনিস ভাবতেছিলাম।
কি বলো তো?
সেটা হচ্ছে যে আই থিঙ্ক উই ক্যান বি আ ভেরি গুড পে। জীবনে তো কোনো হাফ ডান প্র্যাঙ্কের ইতিহাস নাই, আজকে এটারে ফুল ডান করে ছাড়বো।
ওকে আই শুড গো নাও, আই শুড গো নাও।
না না, হি জাস্ট গো নাও, ঠিক আছে?
এপ্রিল ফুল, আজকে 1 এপ্রিল। তুমি সবাইকে বোকা বানাও, আমরা আজকে তোমাকে বোকা বানিয়েছি।
নেন, মানব কল্যাণে ম্যাক্স আগে আসবে, এটাই তো স্বাভাবিক।
হ্যালো, আরে ঠিকানা তো খুঁজে পাচ্ছি না, আপনি কোন ঠিকানা দিছেন?
খারাপ হবে না, তাছাড়া তুমি তো দেখতে শুনতে ভালোই সুন্দরী। একটা সুন্দরী মেয়ে যদি টিমের সাথে থাকে, খারাপ কি? আইড লাভ টু, নো ওয়ারিজ।
শেষ।
মাই ফোন, আমার কষ্ট করে কেনা ফোন।
শাট আপ, একটা কথা আর বলবি না।
কি সমস্যা? কি সমস্যা তোমাদের?
তুমি নাকি আমার ফোন ভেঙে ফেলছো?
ফোনটা তো আনাই হইছে, খুঁজে না এখন।
দেখেন, আপনারা যে আমাকে থানা নিচ্ছেন, আপনাদের থানা কিন্তু আমার ফ্যান ফলোয়াররা ঘেরাও করে ফেলবে। হোসেন ভাই, ম্যান, আপনারা একটু পর আমার সাথে সেলফি তুলতে চান, তখন আমি তুলবো না।
থানা নিয়ে যান, থানা নিয়ে যান। শোন, ওই যে ও দেখ শুয়ে আছে ও। আজকে বেটার 3 নাম্বার গাছটা, তার পেছনে গিয়ে তুই কিন্তু দাঁড়াবি, ঠিক আছে? ঠিক আছে, আজকে বেটার খবর আছে।
আরো নেক্সট লেভেল। হাউ?
আমার মাথায় একটা আইডিয়া এসেছে। ওই কন্টেন্ট যদি তুমি বানাতে পারো, একদম হিট, ভাইরাল হয়ে যাবে একদম।
তুই এটা করতে পারলি?
কেন মা, ও কি কম ফুটফুটে? পুরো ব্ল্যাক ডায়মন্ড, দেখো মা।
আমার না মাথা ঘুরতেছে।
কিরে মাম্মা, কই রে তুই? কতক্ষণ ধরে দাঁড়ায় থাকবো? কনসার্ট তো শুরু হয়ে যাবো। তাইলে তো বন্ধু রিত লেগে গেল। আরে বেটা এত লাফাইস না, যেরকম শুনতেছি পরীর মতো এরকম করলে তো বেটা যা। পাল্লা তো ভালো, দেখা যাক কি করে শালা। বোবা, হ্যাঁ কথা বলতে পারো না? বিয়ান সাহেব, আসসালামু আলাইকুম বিয়ান সাহেব।
এক্সকিউজ মি,
তাই তুই কেন ফোন যায় না? তোমার নাম্বারটা তাড়াতাড়ি করে বলো। ঘন্টার পর তো গার্লফ্রেন্ডের লেগে ওয়েট করতে পারো, আর বন্ধুর লেগে 2 মিনিট ওয়েট করতে পারবা না? ও এখন আমার দোস্ত, তাইলে তো বন্ধু রিত লেগে গেল। আরে বেটা এত লাফাইস না, যেরকম শুনতেছি পরীর মতো এরকম করলে তো বেটা বাদ দে, কালকে 4টা দেখা হবে। ঠিক আছে মামা? ঠিক আছে মামা, ঠিক মতো যা। শালা পারলাম না রে। আরে তোর তো হাওয়াটাই হয়ে গেল। তুলি তুই তো সুন্দর নাম। আরে শুন, আমি জিসান, আই লাভ ইউ।
আপনাদের তো চিনলাম না। আমার বড় বোনের যে দেবরগুলো আছেন তো সবাইকেই চিনি, বাট আপনাদেরকে তো চিনি না।
তুমি পড়ো, ঘুমাও তাহলে। গুড নাইট আর বাই।
সহজে কোনো কিছু পাওয়ার মজা নাই, কিন্তু আমগো দোষ জিসান কি কম।
ও ভাবি লাগে বেটা, লজ্জা লাগে না? কি ওর কথা বাদ দে, পারো তুই যা। জামুই তো, তুই চুপ থাক।
আমি তো আপনাকে চিনি না।
চিনো না যে আজকে চিনলা, আরো চিনবা, আস্তে আস্তে চিনবা। আর শুনো,